Alright, welcome back to more of 9 Villages. And we're going to go into the next mini dungeon. And pretty much I'm going to be wasting any money I find here because capped out already. Luckily this place isn't too complicated. Having a red candle and slash actually helps a little bit. A lot of bombable walls in this place, but I don't think you have to find any of these. Just useful for some shortcuts. And using Castlevania 1 music. I think it was like, was it the second area or something like that? So, true to its name, you're gonna find a lot of moblins in this place. I mean, nothing too tricky. Yeah, make sure you just beat up every enemy in every room, just so that you don't miss keys. Pretty easy keys to get in this place. And I'm ready full on bombs. So just leave those for later. Actually, you can go up first. Actually, you want to explore all these rooms anyway. So this shouldn't take too long to get through this place. Given that there aren't that many twists and turns. It's not like the Moblin Woods where you're twisting and turning through all the forest. And your free money room. I think almost every level and mini level has one of those secret rooms with free money. Yeah, so just pick up as many keys as you can find. I have to just make sure I end the level with as many keys as I came in with. luckily the enemies are pretty basic. Haven't seen any sword shooters yet. Just regular Stalfos. Yeah, so just kind of following this path over to the end. I'm gonna net you another key. You know, all the locked doors are kind of just bunched up together. That just means you have to explore everything else first. Now that locked door I'm going to go into later. That actually leads to the end of the level. And an extra key right here. I guess that's if you wasted a key somewhere. Get that one extra one to work with. And you got some dark nuts here, which you've already seen in level 3. So this is nothing new. Take out this Moldorm. It looks like just a single one. And there's your boss key. Alright, now we can go back to that other locked door we saw. You probably don't even need to take these guys out. I'm just gonna do so. Okay, so the boss for this place is actually 2 Poles voice. Kind of an interesting boss. Well, kind of difficult. Can be difficult because you don't have arrows. Because you get the arrows from this place. And having slash helps just to give yourself a little more range to work with. And all that just for a piece of heart. Alright, so we got arrows. And arrows run off your money. So I have plenty of arrows to throw out. Might be using those for a while since they're as strong as my... basically a white sword. Okay. Well, I have still have a little bit of time. I'm actually gonna see if I can get this one item. Actually, we'll do this little bit just to show you what I'm going for. And just caution on the Lionel there. Got money, might as well just toss some of it away. So this is where the white sword normally is located in the first quest, or at least the Zelda 1. Yeah, you're basically told what you need, and good thing we actually have that. All these items. But the white sword's not there. Now, north of here is kind of hard to tell, and it doesn't help on the map. But you actually want to go back towards the... pretty much the start. Yeah, since there's a lot more territory to cover on this side. And that path we're not going to go on yet. I will eventually go on that path. And there's really nothing in that to the south, at least not yet. Again, I'll go there later on. But here, I got the Naburu outskirts. And you need your ocarina for this. And what that's going to do is wake up what appears to be a Gohma. And you're not going to be battling it yet. And it's kind of funny how he created this on the D map. Huh. It's like just one screen for every one of the different actions it takes. So it's kind of interesting how he does this. You know, it goes from, you know, the start, and then it, you know, the rocks go away, and then, you know, it moves up, and then it vanishes. So that's kind of interesting. We get to kind of see that in action. And I see, you look at the D-map, that Gohma kind of going up on the screen. That's kind of interesting. Okay, so I guess we'll take a side here. This music, I think, is like DuckTales or something. I know I've listened to this before. Actually, you want to follow this road up. Convenient path for you. And Wool's in here. And I'm not gonna bother that money. Yeah, and then we're in a whole different overworld grid. Yeah, there's a lot of these grids you have to go through. Okay, well, get your arrows ready. Because you're gonna be having to fight that Gohma, and then this is kind of hectic to fight in. But actually, if you can just get kind of a half tile up from where you initially enter, you're actually kind of safe from everything. Well, that's actually very convenient. And once you take out the Gohma, there's your white sword. Using the, I think this is Super Contra, like, kind of a major boss battle music. And you don't go home empty-handed from that, you do get a piece of heart for your efforts. And just more directions, and now we're into Zelda 2 terminology. And Maze Island is really a maze. It's a really complicated maze. I'm going to do some more scouting first. I think there's some warp points around here I can open up. I'll be spending the next few parts probably just scouting map here. Actually, I might go back. There's another mini dungeon I should go into to get a rather useful item. And yeah, white sword, you still don't have sword beams. Kinda sucks, but yeah, what can you do? Yeah, at least we can take those Zols out in one hit. You're gonna notice a pattern with these warp points. This is a 6x6 grid. It's kind of hard to see the red squares on the map, but it's a 6x6 grid. And then when you see how many overworld 16x8 grids there are, you can kind of get a pattern of how these warp points work. And I'll explain that later on, if I remember to do that. Because there is a pattern to this. No, I might as well just continue exploring. Now that I've taken out the Gohma. Just more overworld screens to explore. It seems like it goes on forever. Okay, so kind of loop around the back end and you reach Naboo. Yeah, I'm not sure where this music comes from. And yes, another overworld grid. You're almost starting to wonder how many there are in this quest. And that's actually a clue for later on. And I've already taken out the Gohma, so already claimed the spoils. Yeah, nothing in that shop. And that's just free money I can't even hold any more of, so just save that for later. And we'll be going there in just a little bit. What do we got here? And I already showed you that spot, although the prices are a little bit extreme. Okay, in here... Now that can be kind of a vague clue. I'll show you what that person means. Oh, well, first get this warp point. Unlock this little handy shortcut. Now, south bank of the river is... actually, you might first suspect if you go along the coast over here. And you might suspect this is where you would start looking. So, you can actually walk across this. But you find that you can't go anywhere. So that's actually not the right place to start looking. You actually want to go along here, and you notice it's not that obvious, but, I guess if you follow this little river, and then to this strip of land, this is actually where you want to start looking. So you can actually walk across all this, and you're gonna have to make some turns along the way. Gonna probably be stumbling around here. Because it's not very obvious where you need to go. Yeah, this is just more tedious than anything. quite a few screens you're gonna have to go through on this. And your goal there is that piece of heart. You're gonna scoop this thing up. And I don't think there's anything else on this screen. You just kind of make your way back. So for the most part, you're going to be walking along the lower end of the screen as much as possible. Okay, so now we got that piece of heart out of the way. Let's see, where do I want to go next? So I'm probably gonna take a break at this point, head to the next mini dungeon in the next part to pick up a pretty useful item. We'll go from there. Alright, see you guys later.